Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial with the Juvias Place the Douce palette, and I'm just going to be using these three shades here. So if you like to see what I create, please keep on watching. Okay, so I've already prepped my eyes with concealer and I've already done my brows, so now to get into the shadows, I'm going to take a very concentrated blending brush and I'm going to go into this first shade called Crepes. It's a very peachy, rusty shade. I'm going to pack that on to the brush and then I'm going to focus it on the outer corner of my lid. And I'm just going to pat that on. And when you set your eyes with concealer, do not set it with powder. Just pat out the concealer, and then whenever you put on the shadows, the concealer will pick up the shadows so you get the most pigment payoff. Okay, and then once I have that packed in on my outer corner like this, I'm going to take a little bit more on the brush and just use the tip of it and bring it in just a little bit. I don't want to bring it in all the way into the inner corner, just enough to where whenever I bring in the crease shade, it'll blend it out. Just like that. And I'm just patting it on. Okay, and then once you have that done, you're going to want to take a more fluffier blending brush, still concentrated though, and I'm going to go into this shade called Creme. It's a very, very cute pink shade. And I'm going to take that and run it all the way through my crease. And whenever you're doing this step, just do it in nice windshield wiper motions. Just back and forth and with light circles to help blend out. And then just take as much shadow as you need to build up the intensity. And you're going to bring it above the crepes color that we used and blend out. And now to get back the intensity for the outer corner that we might have lost after blending, I'm just going to gently blend in with crepes. And then take that same brush again that we used for Creme and just very lightly, just barely touch the skin and blend that up. And then once that's done, I'm going to take a clean, fluffy blending brush and I'm going to buff out the edges so we get a nice gradient fade. Don't want any harsh lines. And a good tip is to always hold your blending brushes at the end so you use a light hand, because if you hold it up real close, you're going to stiffen up a bit more and you're going to want to push a little bit too hard. So you want to keep at the end of your brush and use very gentle back and forth motions with gentle circle movements to get that perfect fade. Okay, and now that I have both of my eyes blended out and done the way I want them, the next step for this look is I'm going to take some of my concealer. It's from Catrice, the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. I'm going to take it on the back of my hand. And for this, you want to use a flat brush, and the brush that I like to use is this lip brush because it's nice and flat and small so I can do detailed work with it. But you can use any kind of flat shadow brush to pick up concealer with and to cut your crease with. So I'm just going to take some off the back of my hand. And then I'm going to cut my crease. And what the best thing to do when cutting your crease is to bring it just above your crease. And if you want to know how to find that, where that is, you want to put a little bit of concealer here above your lash line. Open up your eyes and look up. And usually it'll mark. Mine didn't mark just now. You want to do like this. There. And then it marked it up here to show me where above my crease is. I like to bring my cut crease about right here when I'm bringing it out. And then just bring it out and fade it. And keep the upper edge coming out, so you're going to want to make kind of a wave. Here, make an angle with your concealer. And sometimes I have to move my arm a certain way to get the best angle to come in from the other side. And pat the concealer out this way. Okay, and then this is what you're wanting with it. And then with no extra product, I'm just going to go in with the same brush that I used for the first shade we used, Crepes. And kind of pat that on the outer edge. And bring it in to help make the angle. And to help fade it out. Just gently patting that. And then I'm going to take the flat concealer brush again. And just work out the top. And then I'm going to do it to the other eye and be right back. Okay, now that I have my cut crease finished, I'm going to go in with the third shade, with this shimmer shade called Puffs. It's an adorable pink shimmer shade. I love it. I'm going to take that on a flat eyeshadow brush and work that all the way on the lid. All over the entire cut crease. Bring it up. And bring it across. This shade is kind of like a pink crystal shade. It's really pretty. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more on my brush and come to the side, and I'm going to try to blend it in with Crepes on the outer corner. So when you're doing this, you don't want any harsh lines, like you don't want a line, you don't want the shimmer shade, line, and then your darker matte shade. You want to try to blend that in together so it fades. And when you're doing that, when you're doing it right, you go back and forth in between them. I'm just going to pat on here so I can get that fade. I don't want any harsh lines except for where I cut my crease, because that's where we're wanting it. But when it's going from one shadow to the other, from left to right, I want it to have a nice gradient fade. There, just like that. And I'm going to do the other eye and be right back. Okay, and then once you have the shimmer shade done, sometimes you can find that after you cut your crease, that your crease shade, which in this case was Creme, this shade here, sometimes will lose intensity up here if you didn't bring it up high enough. So sometimes what I like to do is take a very sharp brow brush and just pat my brush in it, in the shade, and just go right along the edge where my shimmer shade ends, just to add a light bit of intensity from that crease shade if we might have lost any. And then after that, after I've put that intensity back, I'm going to take a very small fluffy blending brush and just lightly blend that back out, so we still don't have any harsh lines with the matte shadows. I want to keep it all blended. There. Okay, and now my next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some brown liner. And this is a liner from Manhattan, an exact eyeliner. And I'm going to put on a brown liner for this look today to go with the corally pinks. I want to put on a little thin line on the top lid, and then I'm going to put some on the waterline. Okay, I just got done putting on the liner, and as I said, with this look, you can use black or brown or whatever color, but I found that with these shades of pink, and just with these shades in general, that a darker brown looks much better with it, because it doesn't clash with the shadows so much, the colors. It kind of just goes with it much better. Okay, now I'm going to just put on some mascara, and then just any mascara, and then I'll be back to show you what lashes I'll be putting on. Okay, before I do the lashes, I've already done my mascara, and now I need to move on to my bottom lid for the shadows. And first I'm going to take a sharp brow brush, and I'm going to go into creme, and I'm going to work that from the inner corner of my bottom lid to the outer corner. And then after that step, I'm just going to take Crepes, the darker shade that we used on our outer corner, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner of my bottom lid and connect it to the top lid. And then just blend those in together. And then that's all you do for the bottom lid with shadows. Okay, and now I'm going to put mascara on my bottom lashes, and then I will be putting on my House of Lashes lashes in the style Starlit. Okay, so lashes are on. So the eyes are almost done. The last thing I want to do, I actually want to take one more shade out of this palette. I want to go up here into the shade Tart. It's kind of a duochrome kind of shade. It has a pink and purpley kind of shimmer to it. And I want to take that and highlight my inner corners with it. Just like that. Perfect. And that just kind of brings it all together with the pink. Adds a tiny hint of purpley in there. And brightens up the inner corner of the eyes. Okay, now eyes are completely done, and the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my lips. I'm going to take this lip liner from L'Oreal in the shade 630, and I'm going to take my Kiko Milano lipstick, my ultimate lipstick, in the shade 03. So first I'm going to line my lips. Don't overdraw, just line. Once that's done, I'm going to take the lipstick. And we are done. So, if you enjoyed this look, and if my video was helpful to you, please leave me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get notifications whenever I upload. And if you would like to see more, you can go to my Instagram at chill.koffler to see more makeup looks and to know whenever I'm going to upload. So thank you again for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.